Hello everybody, my name is Brett and welcome back to another Regents Review. So, today's Regents Review is a pretty special one because it's one that I can actually relate to, finally. It is the United States of America Southwest Regents Pack, released by, of course, Paradox Interactive. And let's waste no more of your guys' time. Let's jump right into this. So, of course, we have to go over a couple of things. First of all, is this the largest pack? Absolutely not. I don't think it's the best, not the best pack. As in, like, this is by far a great pack, a great Readers pack. That's going to be one of my bottom line opinions about it so far. But is it the biggest? No, it's actually not even the biggest in terms of size. I think we had like a 6 gigabyte Regents pack, and I think that was the, what was it? It might have been the German or the French Regents pack, one of the two. They were pretty freaking massive. But this one isn't. It's a little lightweight, but that's also because, you know, America is a huge freaking country. We are a melting pot of dozens, if not hundreds, of different cultures. So, naturally enough, you have to split it up against multiple packs. So, they're starting out the Southwest Regents pack first, and then they're going to go into the Northeastern, which is actually the side of America that I live on. So, that'll be pretty cool to review, essentially my hometown, but squished up like a sponge and just thrown into a mod. So, that's going to be kind of fun. But let's head over to California, Oregon, Washington, and the Midwest. The pinnacle of American suburbia. What started the Suburban Sprawl? Texas, Utah, Nevada, all of those areas. And it is important that you guys understand and know this because the low-density residential is where this pack shines. And I will die on that hill, my friends, because look at it. We have ourselves the gray, tan, and pink roofs pinnacle of the United States of America's suburbia. We have one-story nuclear family-esque homes built in the 60s. Absolutely amazing, and I love it. So let's actually dive into it instead of me just ripping on America's economy. So we're going to start off with a nice 2x2. Now, of course, like I mentioned in previous packs, as it gets longer, the houses kind of don't change. I'm going to be ignoring sort of these L shapes. These are just different variations. This is, for example, a 3x2, which just means it's literally just wider. 3x3, you know, it's just deeper. But overall, the actual shape of the houses do not change. And the looks do change, though, you know, different panel colors, similar to how the base game Regents pack works. But anyways, let's continue. So, this is the 2x2, a nice L-shaped house. This is one that I have actually commonly seen in my hometown, even though I am from New York. I am a proud New Yorker, and even though I am 1,000 miles away from this type of style of building, it still seeps into New York like a freaking leech. L-shaped buildings are pretty common over here, especially one-story buildings. Actually, that's kind of a lie. One-story buildings down in the Northeast aren't as common, but down in the Southwest, they are. Again, they have a lot of space. Texas is literally the size of half of Europe, from what I know. So, naturally enough, we have a lot of space to work with. And what do we use it for? Nothing good. We use it for one-story houses that can hold like 4 people. But, I mean, again, you have a lot of space. What are you going to do, right? But this house in particular resides with me in quite a lot of ways. One of them being the fact that I actually lived in an area a lot like this. I lived in a lot of areas as a kid. One of them did include a lot of one-story homes. One area is especially as you get closer to like denser cities, you're gonna see a lot of L-shaped homes and a lot of flat homes like this. Areas where essentially just think of the letter L and then associate that with America. Not because we're losers, but because of our houses. All of them are L-shaped. I mean, look at this. But let's dive into a little bit deeper here. So, looking at the panels of the house, of course, this is beautiful. The nice, the classic plastic panels that go along the side of a house that break when the smallest gust of wind hits it. And, of course, the brick frame, which is always natural brick, especially houses down in the 60s. American homes in the 60s, we absolutely loved our brick homes. If you look at a very common example of this are older cities such as Newburgh in New York. So the city of Newburgh, a lot of their homes were built in the 60s and 70s, even in the 50s, mainly in that area when the car explosion hit and everybody wanted a big driveway. Those Cold War homes, as I'm going to call them because they were built during the Cold War, They were built primarily out of brick. Why? I cannot tell you. I'm not an architect or civil engineer. I do not know why they were built out of brick. Maybe an aesthetic choice, maybe also because they were stronger than wooden panels. But regardless, it's a cheap and effective way to build a house. So a lot of these homes that you're going to see in this pack are built out of brick, concrete, or just honestly plastic. I mean, these houses fall apart like a freaking twig. But that's okay because it really shows how cheap they are, though, with the plastic side panels and the brick framing. And oh, the shingles! Wow, this is really a classic. I like the fact that the shingles aren't one solid color, because it's not like this is an aesthetic choice. This is just what happens. The color is going to wear out over time. You know, it snows, it rains, wind blows around, things hit it. Of course, the paint's going to fade after a certain amount of time. So that's kind of nice. And of course, we're Americans, so we love our gigantic driveways that literally take up half of the house. If this was a full square house, this would take up a quarter of the house. But since it's not, this takes up 50% of the house. This is not an uncommon thing to see in America. If you're not from America, which I know a lot of the people who watch my videos are European, which is cool, welcome to the channel. Second of all, if you have never been to America, but you want to, be prepared to see a lot of homes that have just absolutely massive driveways. I'm talking, again, these homes were built with the ideals of 80s Malaise era cars. Cars that were unnecessarily long, heavy, and wide. And it really shows it here. I absolutely love this. Like, the roof styles are just classic. I just noted something. There's garbage in the backyard. That is the most realistic thing I think I've ever seen out of an American-style home. That is crazy. That is a really neat... I can tell this person does live in America, because the person who made this pack, they definitely live in America, because there is... I don't think that there's another way to describe how true this is. How there's just usually just some type of garbage in somebody's backyard. But of course you have a fence, so therefore the homeowners association cannot kill you. So that's good. And of course we have our green thumb neighbors, the people who like to have the prim and proper neighborhoods. This is definitely a Californian style house, I can tell because of the fencing. I do not have this type of housing. A lot of them are not built out of terracotta and brick where I live. They're more built out of these plastic panels like I mentioned in the previous area. And all of my houses in my neighborhood have a garage because it snows here and you don't want your car getting covered. But something that I've noticed that's pretty common down in California is the fact that there's a severe lack of garage space. I do not know if this is true or not, but from my own research of looking at homes on Zillow before I started recording this video, I noticed that a lot of them don't have garages, and I only assume because it doesn't really snow, like, in the Southwest. Like, it doesn't really, like, it snows, yeah, but, like, it doesn't, like, snow to where you need to have a garage to keep your car warm. But even then, nobody even uses the garages where I live. We all just keep them outside because all of our cars are too big to fit in the thing. Look, actually, speaking of too big, look, see? This house would be listed for $800,000, and this would be labeled as a 2-car garage. It's not. It's a 1-car garage. Half of it, or it's typically not even any car garage. It's usually just you just throw in all of your garbage. That's where it is. It's a trash dump. But anyways, let's actually focus on the homes because I think I've gone on a rant for the past 20 minutes about homes in America. So these are all of the. See, now this is more northeastern. This is actually a house that I grew up in. Actually, it looks almost exactly like this. Besides the steps, there's a little bit more of a pathway that goes into it. But yeah, this classic, like, there's a ground level, and then there's like, and then the first floor is right there. This is a really awkward looking house. I don't know. Maybe it's because this is Southwest, so, you know, I can sort of see that. But yeah, the panels, the way the roofs are, they're great. I like them. So moving on from all of this, again, this goes from 2 to a nice, I think 5x4. Yeah, it goes up to a 5x4 here. Nothing too bad, but of course, again, America tries to be modern, so we like to build up some nice modern homes. So these are a couple of examples of our sorry attempts at trying to build modern homes. I have seen this in some local areas where I live. we don't know how to build them. They're weird. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely a style, especially this style. This is definitely a modern American style home. Couple issues that I am noticing is this fence. I don't know if this is a stylistic choice or if they just forgot to connect the points up. And it's also clipping through here, but that's fine. What are you gonna do, huh? Anywho, yeah, this is pretty much it. This is some more. This is actually low density. You'd think that it wouldn't be, because of the fact that there's a parking space literally right here, but I think what I'm seeing here is there's usually like a pathway, and then you can like put your car here. I don't even know. It looks really awkward. Again, I don't live in California, so I don't know like what this style is, but this is low density. This is not a row home. Row homes, on the other hand, and I can contest to this because I used to live near New York City. This is, yep. This is definitely what you're going to see in San Francisco, California, New York City even. Any sort of dense city in America. Seattle, notorious for this. They have a lot of these types of row homes that all connect together like giant bricks. And it's not uncommon where you're going to see giant urban developments of row homes being built out of like one just massive square lot. It's absolutely crazy. And of course, we do have a lot of modern-esque buildings. Beacon in New York, Orange County, New York, Beacon is definitely a good contender to this. They definitely build up a lot of this, especially along their main street. Again, there's a lot of similarities between the northeast of America and the southwest of America. Both of them are almost equal in terms of how they build their houses. Of course, there's more plants in California. I don't know what it is. They like their greenery, which, you know, that's fine. That's cool. And of course, what are you going to do about the homes that were probably built in the 60s and 70s, right? Apartments did exist then, and I like how every single roof of these buildings look dirty. That's absolutely incredible. Yep, this one's got cracks. It's seeping down. Yep, this was probably built in the 50s. Yep, that's pretty much, yeah, that's quite actually... That's actually almost exactly what I was thinking of, and I actually forgot to zone the southwest. Whatever, it's fine. Anywho, yeah, so these are some of the row homes. Again, we have some nice historically designed homes. We have some nice classic row homes with the juts, the Victorian-style apartment buildings. I actually live in a Victorian house, so I can contest to the fact that it looks like this. Yeah, the nice juts of the windows, they look absolutely beautiful. You know what else is beautiful? Drive-thrus! We have fast food places now. Drive-thrus. This looks like a Taco Bell. Oh my god. I don't think any of you guys have any idea about how long I've been waiting for a drive-thru. I don't know what took them this long to get a drive-thru going. But I am so glad that we have this. We have actual supermarkets now. I mean, look at this. Oh my god, this is absolutely incredible. I love just the fact that these buildings exist. It's going to make a lot of people's American-style builds even better. Because now, originally, I used to have to watch people make drive-thrus in this game, and it is such a pain in the butt because they don't even work half the time. Now you don't have to, because it's an actual functioning building. This is literally a drive-thru. This is something that I would see on the side of a Strode when I'm going to Home Depot. And it would probably be like a McDonald's or like a Taco Bell. Like, this looks like a Taco Bell or a McDonald's. No in between. Or honestly, any sort of American fast food establishment. All of them have been modernized to hell and back. And then, of course, we have ourselves. So this is all the commercial over here. I also zoned in some commercials just to see what it looks like. I don't think it does very well when it's super duper dense like this. But I've noticed we do have some nice warehouse-style urban buildings, which is pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, I don't think these do very well as dense developments because, again, America is not known for its dense commercial districts. We're more known for this, or like Times Square, but Times Square doesn't count because that's weird. So, those are basically the actual residential buildings. We do have the high-rise buildings, but again, you know, they're just standard apartment buildings. This one is definitely something that I've seen in the Northeast, as well as this in a couple of areas. But, you know, rooftop pools, all that stuff. all that crap that you'd see in California. Really, really nice, really beautiful. I love the details. I love the aesthetic of these buildings. They look absolutely incredible, from the pipework to the bricks to pretty much everything else. These curtains, you know, all of these little details, along with the nice little colorful areas of the buildings, really shows the Northwest pretty, or sorry, not the Northwest, the Southwest pretty darn well. So let's move on to the public service buildings. So what do you get in this pack when you download it? Well, you get, of course, you get hospital, you get education, you get police, fire, medical, and a couple of landmark buildings. So let's go over them. So actually, I just want to check, because I do not know. No, you do not get a university in this pack. That is something that you do need to know. You do not get a university in this pack, so don't expect to get one. Unfortunately, you don't. But I feel like a lot of universities, they're pretty, like, international anyways here in the States. We don't really have, like, a university that we'd call full-blown American. Here we go. Here's the first one. We have a medical clinic. I literally go to a doctor's office that looks exactly like that building, and I am not even kidding. It looks exactly like that one. You see, guys? You see the similarities? You see how America kind of comes full circle with itself at some point? Yeah, a country can only be so big before it starts repeating itself. So you can get about 100 patients, 18 employees, and $58,000 a month to maintain this. It comes with 3 vehicles, but I think you can upgrade it to 6, and it also houses 130 patients and gives you 26 employees instead with the extension wing and extra ambulances. I figured as such. The parking for there looks really awkward. That looks like a pain in the butt to get those things in there. But anyways, yeah, pretty nice square area. Really, really like those. Now, moving on to the Central Hospital. It is Art Deco style. It provides all the healthcare your city needs with 20 operating rooms, nurseries, and a trained crew of doctors. It provides the ideal set for that medical drama. That's absolutely incredible. And it could be extended with 2 ambulance bays. Yeah, you will get the best healthcare in the world for a low, low price of $500,000. Yeah, I sure do love, I love American healthcare. But anyways, yeah, this building is absolutely massive. It can hold 1,000 patients, and you can extend it to be, extend it to be 136 employees with 2 ambulance bays, 2 extra ambulance bays, so you get 42 ambulances. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, this definitely looks like the typical, like, I've never even watched this, but Grey's Anatomy would their hospital probably looks like this. I'm not even going to bother to look it up, but just someone fact check me on some type of medical drama. But this is literally, yeah, the southwest, yeah, without a doubt. So moving on, we have ourselves the firehouses. So these firehouses, again, they're small, they're not too big, but they look nice. Nice small town American style, and you can even go urban if you so please. Of course, these buildings are big, they're massive, and you can upgrade it with a helipad depot, a disaster aid office, which is pretty darn cool. Really, really nice. You can create a whole district with these firehouses. Look at that. I love the style. And we can even get a nice training tower, similar to the Japanese and Chinese Regis packs that we got prior that actually had these. And man, this guy's really going full circle with the garbage everywhere. I mean, it truly is showing how dirty America can be. Anyways, we have a smaller firehouse other than the fire station, which can house a nice fire engine maintenance bay, which gives it a nice extra floor. I like that very, very much. So, that's pretty much it for the fire. Let's take a look at the police stations. I don't see a lot of police stations like this. Here in the Northeast, we get more like homes turned into office buildings and police stations. That's basically what we get. It kind of formulates into the residential area a little bit, so you don't really notice it, which is pretty smart. But these ones, yeah, they're big, they're bold, and they like to be seen. Of course, helipads. America loves its helicopters for some weird reason, and this one can be upgraded with extra cars and expanded holding cells. The style of these look absolutely amazing. I love the idea of these modern-esque buildings. America, again, when it does try, it can make some pretty cool looking buildings. And this is definitely something that I have seen before here in the Northeast and just in America in general. Like, we're pretty good at stuff like this. A couple things that I am noticing is the details on these railings. God, this guy really went all out with this. Holy moly. every Regents pack that we get, because this is the final Regents pack, absolutely amazing. I really, really like these. We have the nice police headquarters and then the police station. $73,000 a month for this one, and $500,000 for this one. So you definitely got to have a pretty decently wealthy city in order to do this. But in turn, you get like 31 vehicles, 156 jobs, 25 for this one. Not a bad trade-off. So let's move on to education. What do you get in this pack? As I mentioned before, you don't have colleges or universities, but what you do have are the perfect Southern elementary and high schools. You've seen big, now try bigger. Something that I want to mention is the fact that there's no paths leading out to this. That's going to kind of tick me off a little bit. And another thing that I am noticing is there's no actual football field. Something that a lot of high schools usually have are full track and fields with like actual seats and stadiums. This one doesn't have that from what I noticed. And you can just replace the tennis courts with a gymnasium, which is pretty cool. Oh, then it does add a thing. But I guess this must be different in the South. Again, in the South, it's kind of more like a college campus from what I hear. Again, stuff like this, you know, it's like a whole thing. It's pretty cool, though. I like it. I like it. I think it's really, really awesome. And also, the paths in this pack are not jagged and annoying and weird. The immense detail in this one. The Chinese Regents pack, right, it was cool, right? I absolutely loved it. But the paths were so janky and sharp. This one is, like, really clean. Like, look at that. It's a nice angle. And again, I'm not throwing shade at any of the creators. Like, it's not like I could create any of this, but it's just the idea, you know? And then we have, you know, some nice school buses. I think these should be a little wider. Definitely. I don't think school buses could reasonably get around here, but hey, what do I know, right? And we have a nice library, of course, on the outside, which adds in some nice extra paths. So there are our paths. It's just when you upgrade it. Okay, that makes sense then. We have some nice room for a large classroom, if you so please, which I want to try and do this so it actually looks like one unit, which I think I can. Hang on. Let me try and do this real quick. Try and make it look meta, as some would say. So you'd have like some here, and then you have like one over here. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think it would probably be. I could not imagine having to go from the main building all the way to here in just the blistering 90-degree weather in the summer. Oh my god. Oh. But I guess when you're in the South, you kind of just get used to it, and you're probably running to your class because you don't want to get just heat blasted, which is pretty funny. But moving over to the elementary school. Oh, I forgot to mention, this can hold about 2,000 kids, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice. This one holds 1,000 students. I think when it's max upgraded, this one is an annex building, which adds an extra 700 students. Jesus Christ. I mean, it is just a second elementary school, which is pretty awesome. And then we have some additional classrooms, which go off to the side like that. And then an arts and music building like that. Yeah. Yep, this is definitely an elementary school if I haven't seen one already. Yeah. America definitely takes pride in its ginormous buildings that are unnecessarily large. High schools and education buildings are no joke when it comes to it. It's really insane. Let's move on to the more important stuff. The stuff that I remember when I was a kid. The Imperial Heights Apartments. So this is actually a residential signature building that you can get. You can get one with parking or without. I think these unlock at the same time. But yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness, man. Isn't that freaking awesome? This is literally an area that I grew up in. And watch, all these people are going to be homeless. Oh my god, they're not, and they're actually playing in this. Oh my god, wait, they fixed it? Since when? Wow, I did not know that they actually fixed that at all. That's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, this is definitely an area that I have seen when I was a kid. I grew up in an area like this. I grew up in a lot of areas. One of them was definitely this. Again, it has the style of suburban neighborhoods because these are usually built out of suburban neighborhoods, but you can see they can house a lot of people. So, you know, naturally enough, these are some pretty dense areas. And moving on from the signature buildings, which these are really nicely detailed, by the way, but I think this whole pack is. I think I have to just stop saying that. Again, keeping up with the thing of the trash. I love that. It kind of makes me wonder, like, they shouldn't have patched the homeless issue because it would have looked nice to see garbage all over the freaking tennis courts because that's usually what ends up happening with American districts. Anyways, let's move on to the commercial districts here. The signature buildings for this. We have quite a lot. And then we have the Twain Tower. I don't even want to bother to pronounce that. We have the Arts and Crafts Bar, the Art Supply Store, the Westwood Center, and the Sunshine Hotel. So, look at this. Look at this. Some nice little cafes, nice food and drinks. We have a beautiful aesthetic and graffiti-ridden art supply store. Perfect for all of your hippies and gosh dang liberals to go and get their stupid art supply store. And you have this. I don't even want to know what that is. Did they just cut this in half? Did they just scale this down and then connect it to the building? That's hilarious. I think that's really funny. Unless it's a aesthetic choice. I don't live in the Southwest, so I don't know. But this is really cool. Look at that. That awesome freaking neon sign is pretty gosh darn cool. Look at that. Art supply store. If it was just called art supply store, that'd be funny. We have to move back to, yeah, food and drinks. I like it. I love it. I like this nice little style of, you know, going from light to dark and then to pink. Oh, look at that. Yeah, man. That's the Southwest if I haven't seen it at all. Yep. Full of art, full of graffiti, and full of that nice, rich culture. I love it. It looks absolutely amazing. From the rooftop access to the art on the back. Come on, people. It looks great. Ah, I love it. And of course, we have Hollywood. Has been the center of Hollywood celebrities. I like that. What, you can't use name brands anymore? Is that a thing? Oh, it's a hotel. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. It can house 1,000 rooms, which is pretty gosh darn cool. 36 attractiveness and 157 employees. And wow, it provides 5 well-being within 2 kilometers. That's pretty gosh darn cool. But it's nice to have a special building that is a hotel, because I haven't seen that in a while. And then lastly, we have ourselves our office signature building, which houses 94 employees. Again, doesn't make sense. I feel like this should be like 500, but whatever. And it provides 24 attractiveness, and every floor features an open office plan, at least 1 ping pong table, hundreds of dedicated offices for product managers, and annual pizza parties. Yeah, because instead of paying our employees livable wages, we will give them pizza parties. Pinnacle of American ingenuity right here, at its peak. This is your perfect place to work your depressing cubicle office job and then go home to your family that doesn't love you. Yeah, it's great. I absolutely love this Regents Pack. If I had to rate it at a 1 through 10, I'd rate it a bald eagle out of 10. Pure American freedom. I absolutely love it. From the poor healthcare over in the urban centers to the disconnected elementary schools, we have it all. Come down to America and you're going to see some real nice stuff. You'll see probably exactly this. So yeah, this Regents Pack, actually, on a serious note, if I had to rate it at a 1 through 10, I'd give it like an 8. Pretty good. It's not bad. You know, there's a couple little janky areas. Actually, no, it's a 9.5 out of 10. What am I saying? Yeah, no. This is definitely a great Regents Pack. Highly detailed. I guess the guy did have a longer deadline to get this pack out, but it looks absolutely incredible. I absolutely love it. And I could see some genuine American-style builds being produced with this. Full of strodes and full of suburban America. I absolutely love it. I absolutely adore it. And I think it is great. So, with that being said, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. After all, I am always available. I have way too much free time on my hands, but I guess none of them are just being spent to record my YouTube videos. And also, if you guys did get to the end of this video and you guys want to see more content, check out my link to the Saunder County map, which I had released about 2 weeks ago. It's doing pretty well. 170 subscribers, not that bad. So why don't you hop on the train and try out the map for yourself and leave down a comment below about what you think about it, and I'll try and change it accordingly. Again, it is my first map, it is my first mod for City Skylines 2, but, you know, just try it out. And of course, if you want to see even more content, follow my Twitter, follow my Discord, and, you know, say hi. Pop in, say hi, have a chat with me. It'll be fun. It'll be great. So, love you all. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, again, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, share it with your friends, your mom, your cat, your dog, your aunt, your sister, your gerbil, whatever. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay frosty. Bye-bye.